Cosatu says President Cyril Ramaphosa's January 8th statement should unite the ANC and set the tone for resolving the mass social and economic problems plaguing the country. For some analysis on this, we're now joined by Dr Levy Ndou, a political analyst. A very good evening to you, Dr. Ndou. Thank you so much for your time. President Cyril Ramaphosa faces a mammoth task of ensuring that the ANC does come together. What is at stake?
Good evening to you, Paul. Good evening to the viewers at home. Of course, he has a very huge task ahead of him, in the sense that he will be talking to the ANC and the South African population in general after being re-elected as the leader of the party. Another area is that he will have to convince South Africans that his re-election and his executive committee in the ANC has the potential to bring the change that most people are actually looking for very, very seriously. And even though I've already spoken that he's going to be talking to the South ANC supporters and the South African population in general, there is a lot of interest, not only from the ANC, but also outside the ANC, because he is running the ruling party. There are serious expectations that people want to hear from the newly elected leadership of the ANC. And high on the agenda, ordinary citizens would love to know the plan that the ANC has in relation to the power supply in South Africa, and how soon should they expect the end to load shedding. South Africans would love to know what then is the plan of the ANC in relation to the SOEs that are collapsing, which are in a very, very bad shape. South Africans and indeed members of the ANC would love to know what is the plan of the ANC in relation to job creation and indeed ensuring that young people are actually the beneficiaries of employment. And of course, the program of action of the ANC for the year and for next year has to kickstart when the president will be delivering the message of the national executive on Sunday.
Some would say that the president's presidency has been characterized by a weak cabinet and his lack of vision and political will. How important will it be for him to redeem himself as he gives the nation some insight on what his vision is for the next years of his term? With the January 8th statement, I mean, you've mentioned the importance with the load shedding matter. The unemployment issue is one that's also of imperative importance.
President Ramaphosa, when he came to be the leader of the ANC 5 years ago, he spoke about the renewal project and he spoke about the fight against corruption in the ANC. And one would expect a situation where he actually has to refocus on ensuring that the ANC indeed has to fight against corruption and also ensuring that the ANC has to renew. One of the biggest challenges that is actually being spoken is that President Ramaphosa and this NEC appears to take time before they would act, and especially on people who are perceived not to be delivering. My expectation is that with the Secretary General that he has, and with the knowledge of the concerns that ordinary citizens are raising on a regular basis, my expectation is that President Ramaphosa has to change the gear and do what the delegates told him at the conference, that they should not tolerate those that are sleeping at work, and he should not take time to act, especially on those that don't appear to be towing the party line and also not delivering on their responsibilities. my expectation would be that he should be very clear on what he intends doing in ensuring that he is seen as a leader that is decisive, as a leader who would love to see change happening to the ordinary citizens of South Africa.
Yeah. He also spoke quite extensively about the divisions within the party, saying that a divided ANC would mean that government will be dysfunctional and important policies won't be able to be filtered through. I suppose, the policy part of it is also very important, especially when it comes to implementation and then the accountability that lies with it.
The unity and the renewal project, in my view, has occupied the center stage in Ramaphosa's leadership of the ANC. And unfortunately, it appears to have come with some undesirable consequences. His leadership of the ANC and that of government had to accommodate or obliged to work with people within the ANC who are openly opposed to his leadership.
Yeah.
And
Dr.
there are
Dr.
instances
Ndou, I hate to cut you short, but let me thank you for your time. Unfortunately, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much, political analyst Dr. Levy Ndou.